All right, well, we're here with Mike Rashid. We brought him out to Super Training Gym. We both just got back from the Los Angeles Fit Expo. That was a great time down there.
It's crazy.
What was your experience down there at the LA Fit Expo?
That was my third year going. I didn't go last year, but the prior 2 years, it was nothing like that. I was expecting it to be the way it was before, but it exceeded my expectations. It was a very good experience because when I went before, I didn't have much going on, but now I had 2 booths and sold out all my product.
Did you just say booth?
Booths.
Booths.
Booths. Booth. I'm from New York.
Two booths. I'm from New York too. I don't say booths.
Well, you're not from the city. You're from up there.
I know. You know what? You know what people tell me when I tell them I'm from Poughkeepsie? They're like, "That's not really New York."
You like.
They brush it off.
Boston almost.
All right. So you had 2 booths.
I didn't say booth. Booth.
What were the 2 booths? What were the 2 booths for? What do you got going on?
One for Alpha Academy, my clothing line, apparel.
Nice.
And one for Chihuahua.
This one's sick, man. It makes you look jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Are you actually jacked, or is it just
it's an illusion? It's the sweater. Okay. See, I get the sweater, you look swole little motherfucker.
God damn, I need that. Yeah. I don't look that swole right now.
You're kind of thin right now, bro.
Damn.
Just cardio, paleo.
Skinny fat.
Paleo.
The paleo diet.
So it was a good experience, man. I got to see a lot of people. I love hanging out with the people out there. I don't call them fans; they're like my homies.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was a good experience.
You've built up your YouTube channel, and there's a lot of people, interested in kind of trying to, build up that kind of thing nowadays. What are some of the things that you've done to help build that up? And also, in the beginning, was it a struggle?
Actually, no. I had one video that just went viral, and we do a lot of crazy shit. And
the naked squat.
Naked squat, just flailing everywhere, dick slaps, and
oh, yeah. I remember that one.
But now I did a 200 rep set, so basically do 10s, like 10 10s on the bar.
That sounds awful.
It's not heavy. It's 245. So you do 10 reps, strip a plate, 10 reps, strip.
Why?
All the way down.
So much pain.
That's 100 reps, and then you start going back up.
Oh, shit.
That was hard. So that video just went viral. It was like a real, people never seen nothing like that because, our gym, kind of like your gym, but we got a lot of, artwork and murals on the wall. It's loud, warehouse style. It's hardcore, but cool looking. Then you got CT, motivating me, Big Rob. Just the dynamics and the magic was there, and people fucking loved it. It was one of those workouts to where if I told somebody what I did, they'd be like, yeah, right. But they seen it, and they just,
But that kind of thing is just something that you did. It's just a natural progression of the way that you've been training for a long time. Right? And so is it kind of weird, now you go to a show and you have people like, people wanting to grab their phone and take pictures with you, and people wanting you to sign their weightlifting belt and their shoes and all kinds. Is that kind of surreal to you in a way?
It is. I'm not gonna lie. Every expo I'm at, I get emotional.
Yeah.
At certain points, I'm like, why do I deserve this?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm very
almost like you get a little overwhelmed by it.
I do. So
that's cool though.
And I do a lot of blogs, like trying to give people advice on life because I've been through a lot of shit.
So sensitive.
I've been through a lot of shit. So I don't just do like workouts. I speak about life and how to deal with hard times.
Right.
And people out of 100,000 people that have seen that video or this video, it might be 10 people that I really hit.
Right.
And I might meet 2 of them at an expo, and they'll tell me about some time in their life when that video and you said this, and it does a lot more for me than them because it lets me know that I'm doing something good, and it makes me want to keep trying to be a better person, to be a good, solid leader or representation of what they think that I am.
Right.
Because I'd rather step out of the game than to be a fraud.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So like the sets and the reps and the dedication that you have to the sport, to powerlifting / bodybuilding, just weight training in general, has kind of led you down this path.
Right.
And now you're kind of using it to motivate people.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. I built a solid foundation as a personal trainer, actually. It taught me like good leadership skills. It taught me business. It taught me how to sell. And, I was very I'm the type of guy that's all in.
Right.
And I had all these clients when I used to work at Gold's Gym. And, I didn't have money like that, but I would still take them all out for Christmas parties and buy them gifts for them. I cared about them. I love these people. So, I guess that just translated over into the bigger things that I got into. And the people, I think they just connect with that. The people who watch the videos and whatnot, they connect with that love I have for people.
You said you've been through some hard times. Has the training, the lifting, has that helped you through those hard times because it's something that's been there all the time?
Lifting weights, training, exercising in general is the most consistent thing in my life. I've been doing it since I can remember. So I can't think of a time where I wasn't training.
Right.
You know,
when did you start?
I honestly started around 12, like serious training around 12.
Yeah, that's cool.
So every group of friends, nice. Every group of friends I've been around, I had everybody working out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and also like I used to box, so training was really hard, and I would push myself. Like when I would get sent off to different training camps, and my father wasn't with me, I knew they would report to him. So I didn't want to piss him off. I didn't want to let him down. So I would go extra hard. They would always try to push me hard and break me, and I knew it. So my thing was, I'll pass out before I quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like today, I felt like shit, but I'm not gonna fucking punk out.
You're sick, you're run down,
Yeah, but it's all good. But it's weird because when I start training, I feel great.
Right.
And when I stop, I feel back like shit. But nah, yeah, the weightlifting, it definitely helps. And also, like when I got out of boxing, got into like lifting, like I was bored with lifting, so I started doing like crazy shit. So I started putting these crazy challenges together and doing it. So I feel like I have a philosophy that when you intentionally put yourself through really stressful workouts, right? Like the gym is a place to practice for life. So you put yourself through these over-the-top workouts or tasks. Overtraining. You stress yourself out, but you handle it. You know, you digging into that willpower.
Right.
You know, you digging deep. So when you're dealing with situations in life, it's not as hard to you as it is to the average person because they're not used to digging deep.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
And you think about it, you know, what does that training do for you? It makes you grow.
Right. Exactly.
Right? And so.
Literally and figuratively.
Right.
So, and I preach that. I tell people that all the time. It's not just physical for me, you know. I put myself through gut checks at least once a month, something over the top, you know, just to make sure I'm still.
Were you ever at a point in your life, you know, now you're real successful, you got the clothing, you got the supplements. Were you ever at a point in your life where you're going down the wrong road? You said you've been through some tough times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Heading down the wrong path. And
yeah, no doubt. I was living fast for a while, man. Like I've always been a very like I always had a lot of force behind in everything I do. I was always successful with whatever I did. So
maybe like adventurous kind of like.
I had a period. Well, I was never scared to take risks.
Right.
So I had a period when I was taking the wrong kind of risks, you know, and my
life. What do you
lifestyle
think kind of led to that? Like what? Like just kind of hanging around the wrong dudes, wrong people.
You know what? It's just being stupid, man. Just like
being young and just
being young and stupid.
Thinking you're cool, thinking you're tough.
I was raised in a really good family. My father is a very intelligent person.
Yeah.
Like I refer to his quotes and wisdom all the time.
Yeah.
So I was raised.
Same here with my pops. Yeah.
But I just got to a point, man. Yeah, I guess the people who was around me, I had a bunch of parasites and leeches around me, and you know, I liked it for whatever weird reason. You know what I'm saying? And
some people are attracted to that kind of thing. Yeah.
So, but I learned my lesson and I corrected my ways. I had to go through a lot, like being homeless type shit, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And almost losing my freedom. And, you know, I went through a lot and I kept my head up. I persevered. I didn't lay down to my problems. I handled them. I faced it and came out just so much better.
Right.
I got so much to give people now because I did go through
a lot of it makes sense now that I'm hearing you saying it because the way that you talk is kind of stern and straight to the point.
Right.
And so it's like, wow, the guy kind of speaks powerfully, but it's because you've been through it.
Yeah, exactly.
You dug yourself up, you grabbed yourself by the bootstraps and were able to persevere.
I got taken to deep waters and swam back. I've had other people in deep waters, I swam out there and brought them back.
Right.
Numerous times. So I've been through a lot, and I feel like that makes me so fucking strong.
Is that like your passion? Is that's kind of the mission of?
I help people. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Like, I call myself sponsoring all these athletes last year, and these people did nothing for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I wanted to help them. I wanted to show them, like, yo, if you do this, man, you can have this, and you know, I'm passionate about, you know, showing people ways to, because I'm fascinated by, you know, the fitness industry is like a pot of gold. It's like something we love to do.
Yeah.
And you can make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to even be able to do it, period.
Right. So I want to share that with, you know, people I like. And I just like helping people. And I'm fortunate because I've been up here and I've been down here. I've been down here longer. So now that I'm not up here, but I'm getting there, you know, I feel, I'm not going to say guilty, but I feel it balances out things in my past by helping people. You know what I mean?
Have you been screwed over and stuff like that before? Because, you know, a lot of times when you're coming from nothing and you're coming into starting to do something, there's people that take advantage. Have you had to deal with that?
Yeah, I have. You know, and I was really pissed. It happened last year. I was really pissed because I liked the guys that I was dealing with. And because I go into situations as liking people, like just trusting everybody. And I still do. But, you know, I was going into situations, business situations without a lawyer, you know, not really looking over contracts. And you know, I got taken advantage of, and I was fucking pissed.
Right.
But, you know, looking back on it, I'm not even mad. Like, I left a lot of money on the table, and I was like, you know, they need that.
Right.
You know, and because I know I have certain talents.
You think you were, like, mad, like, probably more so at yourself than anything, like, because you let it happen almost?
Because I don't feel like I'm wrong for trusting people.
Right.
And
yeah, you definitely don't want to feel that way.
I was just, like, flabbergasted that somebody would do that to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kept calling and texting, like, bro, like, are you all right with what you're doing?
Right.
Does your wife know what you're doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it was like no good way. There was no good way they could spin the story.
Right.
You know, but I honestly wish them the best. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wish, you know, I see some of the things they're doing now, and I'm like, damn, bro, I'm sorry.
Right.
You know, if they was to hit me up for help, I would probably help them right now because that's just who I am. I have people other people who took advantage of me that I still help after the fact. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, people fuck up in life, but we talk about it, put it behind us, you know, we can move forward. They might not be in the same place in my life, but I don't like having enemies. You know what I mean? And those guys, I don't want to be enemies with them. It's no beef. You know, my life is good. You know,
when you're going through some of these different times and stuff like that and transitioning over to, you know, I kind of hate the term because it's just thrown around so much, but becoming an entrepreneur, you know, were you just like one day like, I need to start a YouTube page, I need to do this, I need to do that? Did you have a bunch of shit like lined up, or you like got some sort of fucking master plan going on? Or
no, man, it's crazy.
You just did, right?
I was just doing what I normally do. I didn't know it was going to happen like that. Even when I started a supplement company.
You just thought like, I'm training pretty fucking over the top. I'm training pretty crazy.
I think it's cool.
Somebody should come in and film this shit. And
I'm like, I want to show it.
Use it to motivate people.
I want to show it. Like,
why do you want to show it?
Nobody's going to believe if I say it.
Right.
So let me just post it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
you wanted to kind of validate that that's what you're actually doing.
Yeah, because this is what I love to do. It's like, it's fun to watch, you know. It's entertaining. You know, that's just, and I didn't want to put myself out there in terms of like, you know, who I was, let people know who I was. So I did a video right before that, just kind of introducing myself because I just got a sponsorship. And bro, I wasn't looking for any of that. A big company contacted me, you know, to model their clothes. And then they were like, well, basically, we don't have anybody like you. Would you be interested in a contract? I'm like, well, what's that? Like, what does that mean?
Right.
So they were like, you know, we'll pay you X amount a month.
You're like, what?
I'm like, yeah. So, so when that happened, I was like, I should do something to kind of tell, you know, the fitness industry who I am. But I had no idea it would have elevated to where it was at.
And so, okay, so you went to school for marketing, and then you had this huge plan to take over the internet, right?
Not at all, man. Not at all. So
how'd you figure out, like, the internet? How'd you, like, circumnavigate that shit? Like, it's
not
easy to figure out.
You know, we get stuck in our ways, and a friend of mine, his name is David Avila, shout out to David, smart guy. I learned a lot of stuff from him, and one thing he was telling me about YouTube, you can monetize it, but the way he was talking about it is like you make pennies, you make nothing, right? So I was like, I'm not doing all of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I did start a YouTube channel shortly after, but it would be like my clients going through like some legit ass training. And it was helping me get more
Those
clients.
videos still
I deleted them because they were so crappy.
Right. They're old.
So, but it would help me get more business, more clients, you know? So I just kept doing it. Then I started.
What year is this?
This was like 2011.
Okay.
So, but this wasn't the serious.
It's not really that long ago.
No, it's not. I got in the industry the end of 2012.
Right.
You know, so it happened fast, man. And I was just like, I was doing like a lot of CrossFit stuff, right? But I was doing it harder.
Right.
I would do like a heavy friend. I would do everything strict. You know, kind of, I'm cocky when it comes to training because I feel like I'm legit. So I would post the videos like, check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I'm heavier than the average CrossFit guy. Because they look at me like, he can't do that.
Yeah, you're like, what, 230, 235, something like that?
So, but I would run through that shit, you know? So I would post those kind of videos, and then, you know, it just, you know, any crazy challenge I would do, I would post it. So, but that one video just hit. You know, it hit.
That one video took off, and that's kind of, you were off the races. And then putting video after video out, and then starting a clothing line. Is that kind of the progression of it?
No, I started after the videos. I started doing my own supplement company.
Right.
And I didn't intend to have an actual company. I intended to make a supplement, a pre-workout for myself.
Right.
Actually, it wasn't even a pre-workout at first. I wanted to make like a nootropic, like a kind of mind enhancement. You know what I mean? But my knowledge on supplements was very limited because I had no experience in it, and everything I found, because I would research all these ingredients and I would buy it, and they were not powerful.
Right.
So I started doing trying to come up with a pre-workout that didn't make me feel like jittery and I would take pre-workouts and get anxiety and not want to train. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I wanted the energy, so I made my own pre-workout. In the beginning, it was just the raw materials I would put in my tea. I love tea, and it was disgusting because I had no fillers, no way to flavor it.
Right.
But it worked good, so I just started with that, and my popularity started growing. So people started hitting me up with different business ideas, and one, a fulfillment company for supplements hit me up, asked me if I ever thought about doing supplements.
There you go.
I was like, funny you asked.
Right.
So I just took pictures of my kitchen because I had a kilo of raspberry ketones, 1,3-dimethylene, caffeine anhydrous. I had all of this stuff in my kitchen, like a laboratory. So I've been, so they said, well, what are you doing? I said, well, this is my prototype. I said to them, yeah, damn, that's pretty impressive. It's different. So so we teamed up. They had the knowledge on putting it together.
Right.
And I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was cool. I had a pre-workout. And, I made an okay profit my first month. And, every month it grew. So I started adding more products. And it's crazy now.
Were you ever in the hole with this business?
Nah, man.
No, from day one.
Yeah. See, people were buying it because I put my picture on it at first. I took it off because I didn't want that.
Right.
But just to get it out there, I had my picture on it. So people who really liked me were buying it. But it was really good. People loved it. So, it just took off.
Photo of your shirt off being all jacked.
Yeah, you know how we do it. Got some push-ups, nice pump.
Hey, I put myself on the cover of my own magazine. I can't fault you for that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You got to do what you got to do. So it just took off, man, and it exceeded my expectations on what I would do. And right now it's a very viable, huge, not huge, but it's a big little company.
Yeah.
And I got CEOs of big supplement companies that hit me up. They come down to train with me, and I'm blown away by that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm good friends with Corey Gregory.
Shout out to Muscle Farm.
Corey, that's my boy. So he hit me, I remember one year I'm at the Olympia, wow, Muscle Farm is killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the next year, me and him become friends. He flew down, we trained together, we had a squat party, and
he loves lifting, man. He's into powerlifting, he's in the whole thing.
It's a new generation.
Good shape,
it's a new generation. I'm good friends with Mark Lobliner. I got friends we're
now you're name dropping.
We're CEOs of supplement companies that are in good shape, and we lift and we love it. So people have. It's not the days of just. You don't know who the CEO is in the office bankrolling supplements.
Right.
No, you got guys who are living a life who love this shit.
Right.
So it's a huge benefit, and it's just a new day.
Right. You kind of mentioned the company being small and huge at the same time. If you look at it, when these companies they start to really grow and they start to really expand.
Right.
They start to expand out in ways that probably whoever started originally didn't really intend for it to grow to.
Right.
But it's kind of a natural progression. You always sell up.
Yeah,
you always sell, and eventually those kind of things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're in a good position where you're at, because you don't have to pay so many different.
Right.
How many employees do you have?
I got a sales rep, and it's commission based.
Right.
He makes money doing his other things. So, but when he can make sales,
then you obviously have to pay for the supplements themselves.
Yeah, that's all.
You pay a little bit for shipping or whatever.
I'm never in the red. You know what I mean? So,
do you have any vendors, or is it all you?
In terms of
selling it, where do people buy your stuff? Just on your website?
Yeah, no, my website. Of course, I make the most
and
money
some stores.
But there's a few stores, but it's on muscleandstrength.com, it's on tigerfitness.com, I'llpumpyouup.com, Predator Nutrition, and these are they make big orders. You know what I mean? So I'm damn, that many people are buying my shit. It's crazy. So And
is it worldwide?
Yeah.
People are buying it all over the.
Yeah, well,
that's kind of crazy.
All right, so
some dude in Germany's buying your pre-workout.
Right, they do, but I have
weird.
distribution in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm still in a deal with MassiveJoes.com in Australia, but we ship worldwide, but we're not distributed everywhere. But I'm working on it slowly, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, people, even before I had distribution in the UK, a lot of people were still buying it, and they're getting killed with the fees.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it made me feel good that they were still buying it. But sales are a lot higher in the UK now because they can get it faster.
Do you have your mind kind of like just like you would in training? Like your goal is to do a 500-pound bench.
Right.
You kind of have similar goals in the business world. Like I want to sell this many units, or I want to reach this amount of money. Or
no, honestly, I never went into it thinking that.
Right.
And I don't want to. Lifting, I kind of know. This is so new to me. Right. I don't want to be like, well, I want to do this year.
Right.
But it's like.
Do you look at the numbers? Like, do you check?
I'm obsessed with the numbers.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
So, and I look at where I'm at
so
today.
I don't look at them because I think they'll fuck me up.
From last week.
Right.
This week from last week. This month from last month. This day last year to this day this year, and the growth is like I should show you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I made a lot of money last year.
Right.
And I'm killing sales right now this year. Like,
I'll catch, what the hell's gonna happen?
I'll catch that year's profits in like another couple months.
Right.
So it's like, wow.
Do you have someone that helps you? Kind of on a day-to-day basis. Someone that kind of looks over some of the numbers with you. And
I do all of that myself. I do have.
What about like in terms of like the labeling and the marketing?
Yeah, I have a fulfillment company. As far as marketing, it's all organic. It's all me.
It's all through your forms of social media, basically.
Right. So, excuse me. Like if I have a new product, I'll do a quick blog talking about it. You know. So
you try to do anything strategic? You try to do anything fancy? You try to get something out to Joe Bodybuilder over here?
Oh yeah. I'll definitely
say, hey, bro, can you?
People I think are cool and I like. I'll send it to them.
Just people you've been tight with for a long time.
Yeah. You know, it's
so
hard.
You keep it simple though.
It's hard with supplements because everybody are affiliated
you got
with
a contract with somebody else.
So so I get it to some people. I get the apparel to more people, but the supplements I get it to some people, but not as much. You know, but honestly, it's doing fine without. I've never paid for any kind of advertisements. Although I got to now because I'm getting some pretty big distribution, and they require that you're in certain magazines and stuff like that, which is silly. Just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers.
Yeah, that does get.
But they want you in magazines. Right. So I'm only doing it for that. That was never my.
It's that way with grocery stores or something too. You get a certain amount of advertising or something.
That was never my intention. So.
It gets to be way too complicated for us meatheads, that's for sure.
For real, seriously, man.
And then what about the clothing? What's the progression with that?
The clothing is cool, man. I just do stuff with I try to do powerful sayings, motivational sayings, self-empowering sayings.
That pink thong that you sent me, I love it. But I might be wearing it backwards, I don't know.
Did you post it? Yeah?
Yeah. The deadlift one, yeah.
Oh, it got flagged, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it got flagged. That was comfortable.
It is comfortable.
A little meshy in the back, but...
I still got to wear the prototype.
Okay, good.
But nah, it's just...
It says Alpha Strong.
Right.
On
so I just try to do... strong schlong. I just try to do powerful sayings, motivational sayings, sometimes funny. Like I just did one that says that alpha beard.
Right.
What I mean? So, and people like it. It's, I get, it is what it is. Some of my stuff is.
It seems like you're into clothing. Like you got the shoes and you got.
You know what? It's crazy because I don't buy this stuff.
Okay.
People give me these.
Oh, really?
I wore some Jordans in a video one time, and people went nuts over it because people are really into that.
Because you're black, people think you're an athlete. And
it's more white people into it than blacks because they can afford it. You know what I mean? Right. It should be like $300. I would never pay $300 for sneakers.
Right.
So I got some pretty cool dudes, man. They'll send me that work in that market. They'll send me shoes and just for a shout out and hey man, so and so hooked me up and he gets a lot of sales from that.
Oh, that's cool.
But I'll buy them for like friends of mine and stuff like that. I feel bad buying myself $300 sneakers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
But you seem to be a little in fashion. We were talking earlier, and you said you get your stuff tailored because your legs are big and your waist is small.
Yeah. When I get dressed,
so you want to look good. You want to present yourself in a.
I don't look like I got my dad's suit on.
Yeah, you don't want to look like a bum.
Right. So. And when you're muscular, it looks better on you if it's tailored properly.
So is that something you want to try to get into more, like rather than just making a shirt, like a ST shirt like this that has a cool saying on the back? Honestly, you want to dive into more like
It's
stylish stuff like your shirt there?
Like I got this, jogger pants.
Right.
I got boots coming out with better bodies. It's funny because people are making me into this fashion guy.
Right.
'Cause I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't have clothes like that. So all my clothes is gym clothes.
People like say some like British guy or some French guy or something does all your shit for you, or from Italy.
So
you know what I mean?
I'll wear
make up some story.
And they're like, where'd you get those pants from?
Right.
Where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? So I'm like...
What about pre-stuffed pants? Pre-stuffed down the front, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like you're representing.
Those...
Like pre-stuffed sweatpants for bench pressing and stuff.
I didn't want to talk about that yet.
Oh, okay.
That's
those are pre-stuffed.
That's going to be my big seller.
Oh, shit, okay.
That's going to be my big seller, man.
All right.
Come on, man. You can't let them know.
The cucumber sweatpants. Man.
It's actually not a cucumber. It's like... I'm not going to tell you.
Hey, you don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
But nah, people see me wearing something, they're like, where can I get that? They obsess about where they can get it. And I figure out a way to make it, and I sell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's the beauty of what we do. They see us in videos, they think we're cool, but we are pretty cool,
Hell yeah.
Can I say? And they want to wear what we wear, and I'm flattered by that. There's so many people that, like, I don't train people anymore, but every now and then I'll train somebody. They come in for a day or something like that, coming from out of town, and they dress like me. Right. It's cool. It's crazy. Yeah. So I like his little startup Mike Rashid outfit.
Like, damn.
So, I'm not trying to be a fashion guy, but I guess you watch a lot of bodybuilding training videos. It's just pretty stringer tank
old
tops.
Old school.
MC Hammer pants. You know what I mean?
Clown pants, I used to call them.
And the reality of it is, most guys are not that big.
Right.
And me,
True,
I'm in a weird space because I'm not 280, but I'm not 180.
Right.
I'm like in the middle. So, they see me as achievable. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't look over the top.
You're the girl next door.
Girl next door. That's how I like to. That's gonna be my new line.
Yeah,
girl
that's
next
the
door.
thing. So you got the supplement company, you got the clothing company. Mm-hmm. You got anything else coming down?
I write ebooks. I'm actually.
You mentioned opening up a gym, right?
Yeah, opening up Iron Addicts Gym. That's CT Fletcher's line. That's my pops.
What's up with CT Fletcher, man? How big are his arms? 20-something inches? I mean,
22s, and there's smaller.
But isn't he like 50-something?
He used to be 24s, bro.
What's up with that?
CT, he had a magnificent obsession, as he says, when he first started lifting. He trained his arms every day.
Right.
Biceps one day, triceps, back and forth, back and forth. And he had 24-inch arms. They 22s now.
He's got those old school stories where they're like unbelievable. Like I trained my arms every day for 14 years.
Because he's still stronger than everybody.
Right, and you're like, well, maybe he did because look how big his arms are.
And people try to say synthol, and I'm like, it's not.
You lift with him now a little bit?
Yeah. His arms are veiny as shit when he's lifting. Like, I know CT, he wouldn't do that. Like, if he did, he'd tell me.
Right.
But that's not him. Like, we don't get down with that. And I'm not knocking it, but that's just not.
No, his tricep just looks like just a big old slab of meat hanging off it when I saw him anyway.
Yeah. He's very impressive. Like, he's a powerful human being. You know what I mean? So, very humble and very loving, and he's a real fucking guy. You know what I mean?
So what's the deal with the gym you're going to open up with him?
So,
it's going to be in Arizona, like where you live out in Arizona?
Yeah, it's going to be Iron Addicts Gym. He's opening the first one right now in Whittier, California. Not Whittier, Signal Hill, California. Okay. And I went by the other day. It's sick. It's really old school, like Nautilus equipment, like old school equipment.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he want,
That's cool.
So mine would be, somewhat of a hybrid of your gym and like bodybuilding. You know what I mean? I have some like heavy bags and stuff like that. It's going to be my playground. Shoot videos. I might open it to personal trainers to bring their clients, but that'll be it. Have you down, and I don't want to deal with. I've dealt with the hassle of 1 million members before. This is not where I want to spend my energy at. But it's going to be a playground for me. So
if it is going to be open to the public at all, it'll only be like for personal trainers.
Trainers to bring their clients.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not
chaos.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The shit gets fucked up. And,
Right.
And it's going to be a good. We have some nice stuff in there. So. No dropping weights, no deadlifting.
Right.
It's gonna be a lunk alarm.
Right. So, you need the lunk alarm.
You need that, man.
Was there anything? Do you have anything from your childhood that has kind of led you to have the drive and determination each and every day to like run these businesses and hit the gym hard the way that you're doing?
My mother, she was big on education and opening my mind to new things. And, I was a kid going to science museums, and I was the only black kid in the chess club, all throughout school. So, I got to go to NASA Space Center as a kid. I traveled a lot as a kid, and then when I turned like 12, I think 13 is when I started boxing at 12. At 13, I started traveling to big tournaments. So I was never afraid of things, you know what I mean? I know people like when it was time to go to college, like legit fucking football players getting recruited in different states, they were scared to leave their state. You know what I mean? So
they're scared to leave mom and dad.
Yeah, I never had that fear of anything, honestly. I've always been, I don't know, man, I was a loner. I was the only child. And I have stepbrothers, but I didn't get with them till later. But I was just always inquisitive.
Did your pops kind of toughen you up a little bit?
You know, my mom was a tough one, honestly. Yeah. My father was my mother was tough, man. She was a strong woman, bro. She went through a lot of shit. And my father was, he was stern. He was very military style. But his discipline was more psychological. You know what I mean? And that hurt worse. If he walked past my room and I'm still in bed, he'll like, you still asleep? And shake his head. That would kill me. I'm like, no, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Just not disappointing him was important to me. So, but my father was the shit. He taught me some real solid lessons. You know what I'm saying? So, valuable lessons that I hated as a kid. But I remember when I moved out, I'm like schooling my friends, and I'm like, damn, that's what my pop said. You know what I'm saying? So, he taught me some valuable things. So, I'm just not afraid of life. I'm fascinated by tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, let's see what happens. Because if it's bad, I'm going to handle it. So, you know, and nothing bad happens to me.
And you said, you know, traveling at that young of an age.
It kind of opened your mind to a lot of things.
With coaches and other boxers, and it's probably highly competitive, right?
Oh, very, very, very. And boxing is a sport, man. It's a lot on the line. If you lose, it's not like a team like, oh, you could blame it on somebody else.
Well, you also just get fucking beat up, right? I mean,
that's the stakes.
You just got beat up.
You get embarrassed.
You
know, you got beat up. You got hurt. You know, it's a lot on the line. And one of the reasons why I was drawn to boxing, because I played other sports, and I played baseball, I was really good, but we would always lose. And I'm like, fuck this. You know what I mean? So, boxing, if I win, it's on me. If I lose, it's on me. You know what I mean? So, and it was very like, it was such a rush. It's like, oh shit, like it's nonstop thinking, and it's the ultimate fucking chess match, because the stakes is you get hurt. You know what I mean? So
discipline from that. I mean, alone.
That was a lot of discipline. I mean, as a kid, I was up running at 6 a.m. Nobody in my school was doing that. You know what I mean? And
there's no one really making you do it. You're just up and you're running.
My father, he programmed it in me, and I just kept doing it.
And
I've always been like an early bird because of that. You know, my father even like as I got older, he'd be like, you know, I can't stop you from partying and hanging out and all of this, but make sure you can get up and train the next morning. You know what I'm saying? And do it after the end of the day when everything's done, and that's still my life to this day.
Did you hate him at any point for that? Like when you were a kid, were you like, God damn, I wish he'd just like get off my back?
It was certain things like
when you're a teenager, I'd imagine, right?
In high school, he would make me dress up once a week. I fucking hated that, bro. I'm the only kid dressed up. You know what I'm saying?
Dressed up just randomly or for church or something?
No. He wanted me to be a nice young man, like not always jeans, and you know, just set me apart, and I respect that. You know, every week I had to give a report on local news, state news, local news, national news, and worldwide news once a week. I hated that, but it all molded me to who I am.
You had to give him a report?
Yeah. That's awesome. Outside of school, you know what I mean? So you know how I am with my kids now. But my kids like it. I'm so into all of this shit. They like it. Like
If you have to do it at a very young age, they're a little bit more.
In the car, I always have on the Cosmos. So they like that shit. So it's fascinating. You know what I mean? So you show it to them in a cool way. They like it. You know what I mean? So
that's pretty cool, man. Well, I think we'll bring this one in for a crash landing.
Nice.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, my man.
Pleasure's mine, man. This is an awesome experience.
Yeah, it was great having you in here to train today.
It's very humbling.
Hit up some heavy ass weight.
I got to see this guy, easily bench press 525 easy. I'm trying to get to 5. He did it easy. That's impressive, man. Like, I was honored. Like, somebody posted a picture of me spotting you. I'm like, that's really cool. You know what I mean? So, like, seeing one of the greats do his thing. So I'm honored. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, man. That's it from supertraining.tv.